Oh, well, hello, everyone. I don't know why we have a black screen, because we could clearly see the game just a second ago. You guys can hear the game. There we go. It just takes a while. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's Boxing Day, December 26th. We are returning this. So in the previous part, it was Christmas Eve. And I was sort of squeezing an episode out quite early in the morning, and it was a little bit shorter, so we might go a bit extra length today, specifically because I want to do a bit of the main story, and I also want to do a DLC here today, so plenty to talk about, lots going on. Just to quickly recap in the what is that? Oh, there's a tomb there. There's a tomb there. That's interesting. This is the area near the rapids. Oh god, I did not imagine that we'd also do a tomb around here, so we'll see. Well, maybe we enter through there. So anyway, in the previous part, we had a lot of stuff going on. We've heard a little bit more about the Heron and the eclipse. We've heard a bit more about, like, Unuratu's destiny and what she's trained for in her whole life. In fact, here, I just took a screenshot of a really good comment from one of you guys that sort of explains a bit. If you remember that cutscene we had before, where I said the dialogue here is a little imbalanced, it seems a little bit weird, I don't know whether I really buy it. Check this out here. So, the Christmas Eve episode, we had that extra conversation about how she's trained and she's going to be tempted and stuff, and we don't know what that really means. And the Japan Werewolf says, it's interesting, the game goes back and fills in a story beat here. When we find Unuratu and Amaru talking to each other, Amaru is trying to make a convincing case. He tells Unuratu that he will leave the throne to her once he's finished what he wants to do. And it's obvious they've had the discussion before. She doesn't believe him. She doesn't make any convincing case as to why, which is what I talked about in the episode. And it leaves that discussion feeling a little unbalanced. But her reasoning is revealed here later in the next episode. She had trained her entire life in case the relics needed to be used, and still has grave concerns about whether she herself can resist the temptation of the box and walk away. So she's putting her trust in mystical forces, this fire, to give her at least some chance should she fail, and she has little confidence. So then you got Amaru. Of course she doesn't trust Amaru. He's just glazing over that whole thing. And they say they've never played the game before, so you're interested to see where things go. Yeah, I like that. I hadn't really considered that, but maybe Amaru hasn't been training to resist the box, blah, blah, blah. I really feel like they should have just put that in the initial conversation, but I mean, and you know, the subsequent conversation we had with Lara would therefore be sort of filling it in a bit more. I mean, that would have made perfect sense to me and been fine, but, oh, we can't actually jump here, which means this weird platforming is a little bit strange. But yeah, so we'll continue along. See what the people are saying. I think we have free roam in Paititi again now. Obviously, Unuratu went over here on the back left. And I'm hoping to, yeah, get towards one of the DLCs here. Really, I feel like that DLC about the shield.
Stay near me and do as I do. The crowd could turn on us.
We should have done before this sequence. I don't want to have too many DLCs bundled together too quick, right? Because there are 7 of them. There's a good number. In fact, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of trivia in a second. Rebels walk among... Oh, they're saying that in English, right?
Preservation. Their leader, the traitor, Unuratu, your fallen queen, is in my custody. But it is not too late to save them. Today, we offer a sacrifice to Kukulkan as a prayer for protection as the eclipse draws near.
Come.
This sacrifice.
See what he does.
This rebel's life will be redeemed. May all his fellows see the light and rejoin us.
I don't actually have any control over the camera right now. I can just hold W to sort of edge through the crowd and move forwards. This poor guy here being sacrificed. It's funny, with all the sacrifice being talked about and bodies being cut up and things.
Said he wanted an end to violence. He sees it as a means to an end.
This is the first one we actually see. And there, by the way, that's Dr. Dominguez killing someone too. That's the first, like, outright... I mean, the thing is, there is a culture here, so it's difficult to assess, you know, morality and all that kind of stuff when there are these other layers in the way. But yeah, that is him actually getting his hands bloody right there and then. And look at all the bodies in front of the steps too. They've been doing it to a lot of them. It's a really gritty scene, this one.
People believe him. They are afraid, and with good reason.
I love how, like, calm and, like...
Not much farther. The tomb is beyond that door.
So yeah, what we're actually doing right now is kind of difficult to talk about. We're just on a hunch that because this symbol of the Heron and the eclipse appeared in the box room, and because she has like the marking on her, maybe something's going on. Also, that all of you know, the Trinity goons are hanging around here is also maybe a sign.
Innocent eyes will blink at dawn when weakness falls away.
So we're just hoping there's something to learn here, but we don't really know exactly what we're going into. Lara thinks it's a clue, and Lara is actually a bit more clued in. She's a bit more careful than the script of the game has let you know here. Lara's got some theories she's not said out loud.
He's up there, on that statue. I'll watch the gate.
I won't be long.
Okay. The question is, do we have fast travel?
We're close to the Emperor's tomb.
We're by the river, ready to get you and Unuratu out of there. Let me know when you're ready.
So yeah, this is another one of these big open rooms that it's like, oh, we're clearly going to have combat in. You can always tell if there's going to be explosive barrels and stuff. And again, this one's huge. This is definitely one of the rooms that I first explored, and I thought, is this a bigger thing in hard mode or whatever? But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing good. I actually already recorded a Final Fantasy episode today, because I never managed to squeeze one in on Christmas Day itself like I was hoping, so we're sort of doing 2 in 1 today. I did that early in the morning. It's now late in the afternoon. It's a weird day, you know, Boxing Day. You eat so much and you drink so much on Christmas and all around there. Today, I've skipped lunch, I've skipped breakfast. I'm going to try and eat as little as I possibly can, you know, to try and reclaim a little of the damage that will have been done yesterday. And but it's left me feeling very low energy. I'm like kind of weirdly sleepy at the moment. It's only the middle of the afternoon, really. I've just sort of been relaxing. I just watched the first episode of Rings of Power. Where are we going? Oh, we just climb, obviously, right? Can we? Will she scramble? She will. I just watched the first episode of Rings of Power. I always think of Lord of the Rings as kind of a Christmassy thing, because like when Jackson's trilogy was coming out... Can we swim in there? There might be secrets. It was kind of a Christmas thing, you know, everyone would go once per year or whatever. And I skipped Rings of Power earlier this year in favour of House of the Dragon, which I really enjoyed. Rings of Power, I know, has not reviewed very well. Probably going to be one of these other things with an amazing budget, lots of work, but a bit of a weak story. Apparently it's a bit boring, it's a bit slow, whatever. Episode 1, I've been fairly impressed by those so far. I mean, yeah, the set design, the costume design, everything about it, the action, it's all been incredible. You can tell that millions has been spent on it. But the question will be how great the story ultimately is, you know, and how boring it will get, how quickly. But and I hope to enjoy it, because, I mean, I've said it before, I do rate Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy as, if not one of the greatest, then the greatest movie trilogy of all time. And, you know, I was so disappointed in The Hobbit years later, and I don't know. So we'll see. I'm not too big into the books. I mean, I've read The Hobbit when I was very little, and I listened to The Lord of the Rings on audiobook
Now to get in.
at work as a teenager, at like one of my earlier jobs. I used to listen to that on my lunch breaks. But beyond that, you know, I'm not too much of a Lord of the Rings nerd.
That looks like my way in.
I like this a lot, by the way. In Tomb Raider 2, there's a monastery in Tibet. Obviously, a completely different area of the world. Opposite side of the world. But the whole point is, like, you're climbing on this big statue in this central room, and you're finding all of these prayer wheels and stuff. And this makes me think of that in a big way. I would actually love if there was a way to get onto that other hand. Oh, no, we were on that other hand a second ago. Oh, some kind of secret somewhere around here that would give us something extra to do. Did I just mess up? Okay, no, we're good. That's quite cool that works, because that is not a normal thing that you would hook onto with a rope, right? So, explore the tomb of Sinchichika.
Where are you?
The Emperor's tomb. I almost have what we need.
We'll be ready.
This is a little bit like what the environment was like when we first entered Paititi, if you remember. So yeah, the DLC I want to do is about the first Emperor. This is the Tomb of the Last. Oh, is that... Yeah, look, there is something there.
This altar is elaborate. This must have been an important ruler.
Oh, wow, that's just press E and get some information. There is nothing... It's not actually an unlock, though, or anything. This is interesting. Do you think we can shoot through this? Ah, but we don't... Well, we do have explosive arrows. Do you want to try? Oh, no, we don't. That's poison. It's kind of irritating the way that's been working out. Can we interact with you?
Someone is keeping these fires burning. This figure must be loved. All full up. Can't carry any more.
No, I know. I'm not trying to get an item. I was trying to interact with... I wasn't trying to get those feathers on the floor there. I was trying to... Oh, well. I don't know. That seems a bit weird, because that felt like that was the statue that I could have interacted with, and then maybe there was an item there. And there wasn't any other lore. It's quite nice. That clearly looks like you can break out of it later, or break into it.
The Inca influence is unmistakable.
Is it? I mean, I wish I was smart enough to know what... I mean, what is it? The big headdress? Is that an Incan thing that people think of? Well, so far this video is not going how I expected. As I didn't think we'd have to do this. I thought we would find a campfire. We didn't start at a campfire, did we? I don't think so.
The last Emperor's tomb. The cult must have taken root after his death. Okay, the eclipse and the Heron. What am I missing? Wait, did Lopez leave this?
But what is it?
The heart of the serpent is in the cup.
Look at this. She's completely surrounded, but kicking ass on her own anyway. And even saves us. I mean, that's cool, to be honest. She's getting charged. If you just think of the logistics of that, actually, of how, like, she noticed after us, but managed to draw her bow before us. I mean, these guys are useless. Oh.
This is Commander Rourke. We've got a lead on the box. Send a team for Croft.
Unuratu.
Give this to Etzli. He's a rightful heir. He must live by Titi. He's young, but strong. His spirit as noble as his blood.
Don't go. Keep talking to me.
The box. He will tempt you. Resist. We all create our destiny.
I mean, I have 1,000 things I want to say, but let's just enjoy the emotion of the scene first.
I won't let you down.
Okay, before this fight, all right, I hate to leave it paused, but it's going to be a fight. There's so much to say. First of all, I really kind of do like that scene. It is a real shock to me that Unuratu died. Usually when you're, like, enjoying some story, the red flags are there. It's pretty easy to see if someone's cannon fodder or not. You know, it's quite... And you might not guess it before it happens, but when it happens, you're like, oh yeah, I can sort of see how that's set up or how that's interesting. The only real sign that she wasn't going to make it through the story, I think, was that maybe Itzli could take over for it. And they had that little scene where they showed that Itzli is quite strong, you know, she trusts Itzli, and it just happened, right, in the last part. But generally speaking, I do think that's quite a good shock. And I like how they handle it as well. I think if you're just rushing through this story, like A to B to C, all in one really long, fast sequence, you probably don't care that much. But the way that this has gone through on this series, this LP, I actually think this has been even better. If you're playing quite completionist, because one thing that adds to the shock of that scene is we've just spent ages in Paititi where they only let you use the bow, where it's all primitive weaponry, where we haven't seen any members of Trinity looking like standard mercenaries or anything. And so they've got this shocking moment where a character that they don't want you to expect dies, and in a sudden way. And to add to it, it's, you know, they juxtapose all this primitive stuff and all this, like, you know, limited technology with suddenly she gets shot out with a gun with just Rourke there, a guy we haven't seen for ages. Rourke suddenly back, dressed like that, and, you know, he shoots her. He doesn't shoot her with a bow and arrow. He shoots her with modern weaponry. And I kind of like that. I think that's really quite well done. And I mean, if you wrote those facts down on paper, that looks really strong in the scripts. They probably could have executed it even better, but I think that's actually quite good, the way that all worked out. The one thing I think they should have done, though, is they've got a little problem, right? Which is that they want to kill her, but they also have to have her speak before she dies. You got to have the emotional chat. So this problem happens in, I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but in a lot of action movies and things, where realistically, if they want to kill her and it be undeniable that she's dead, she'd get shot in the head. But if she gets shot in the head, she can't have the conversation. So there's kind of this ugly thing in a scene like that where it's like, oh, she's been shot once, right? They've made her out to be a superhero. You know, they just had her save our life, right? They just, right up to the last moment, they have her do everything possible to make her seem like a superhero in terms of capability. She's been shot once, and then we just have to trust, you know, Lara doesn't question if she can be saved. She can receive first aid or whatever. Unuratu doesn't. They kick in the dramatic, sad music instantly, because what they're trying to do is just, they're trying to hand wave the whole idea she might be saved. They're just like, and it's a bit underhand and odd. I think what they should have done is they should have had Rourke shoot her multiple times. It should have been like bang, 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 not just one in the torso, but lots. So it's so that doesn't cloud out the scene on any level. People aren't wondering that on any point. It's very obvious that Unuratu knows she's going to die. Lara knows she's going to die. And it would have been more brutal too, you know? It would have been a lot nastier. And it would have also, you know, drawn into this difference between, you know, what modern tech is capable of in terms of weaponry and old. But yeah, so Unuratu does not make it. Now, here's the thing. The DLC I want to do today, it's all about, if you remember that opening dialogue, it's all about how Unuratu needs this artifact to prove that she's the rightful heir. And that's what they were saying. But Unuratu dies in the main story. So if you remember, I said, that's weird. I wonder if they rewrite it. I wonder if I only started the DLC now, instead of talking about Unuratu, they would have been talking about Itzli. Because now, surely that's an artifact for Itzli if we do the DLC. So that's what I was alluding to, that she doesn't even make it through the game. But there we go. So Last Emperor, defeat the Cultist Warriors. And we all knew there was going to be a fight here based on how the area was structured. Let's do something fun in this. I mean, really. Let's use a poison grenade. We're still stealthed. Oh god, I'm choking myself out though. And yeah, again, they let you stealth your way through it if you like. Should we just use a regular grenade there? Does that mean they'll see me? Or just a random explosion will be in the area and they won't know what to do with it? Oh, come on. What? I can't press F? Oh god, this rifle's very different. Oh, we're so dead, guys. We're so dead. I've never lost in this fight, ever. Honest to God, I thought I was still stealthed, and I thought I could just, well, what else fun can we do? I mean, this is the big problem here. I'm trying to show off cool mechanics instead of just fighting normally. I mean, I suppose we can just... I mean, what else new did we have? That guy's just knocked himself out. We had grenades, poison grenades. I mean, the rifle itself is new, but it doesn't feel very good, does it? That was alright. I think we have a new pistol as well, don't we? Obviously, I can shoot that. If they ever stand near an explosive, you can knock one of those out. That's a headshot. By the way, that's another example of why headshots are a bit frustrating, because there's so much recoil. We can drink our mixtures here as well. Remember, it slows down time now when we aim. We haven't seen this yet. See how they're moving slow? But there's so much recoil, it's a little bit tricky to, like, finish them off so quickly. I do kind of prefer 2 body shots. But there you go. I think there are like 2 waves. Let's let him get a bit closer, maybe. No, didn't even need to do that. We could trap a body. That might be fun. But how do I know which direction they'll come at me from? I mean, we can try this one. Okay, there you go. So that body is trapped. And hopefully they come and examine the body. You know, the other game I'm playing at the moment is Alien Isolation. And they're so good. The AI of just random guys with guns and stuff. Like, they will check. They'll shoot in general directions where they think you were. And they'll come right up and they'll look anywhere. And it's very hard to hide from them. I don't think anyone's going to come here. That guy just saw me. He managed to dodge there. Well, we don't have our mixture on. Let's go to the pistol now, shall we? This should have a silencer on it now, and it should have a bit more of a scope, doesn't it? I guess we've already seen that. Is this it? Oh, no, there you go. God, the sensitivity is so high right now. No, well, one of the games I've been playing as well recently, just a little bit over Christmas, is Halo Infinite. And I feel so odd playing that game, because when you go into the options, it has like all different sensitivity levels and FOV levels for all the different like zooms and things, and it just feels like there's so many options. It would be so easy to just suck at the game because you've configured everything wrong, and I don't know, it doesn't feel as clean and as nice as sort of the earlier games where everyone was on the same FOV, everyone had the same scope, everyone had the same sensitivity, you know. I get that it's more power to the consumer or whatever, and in theory should be a better thing. By the way, look at how much gold we're getting from every single one of these bodies. Hundreds of gold. And I believe the fight... So I was snooping a little bit on Wiki. Is the fight over now? Let's press Q and see. It might be. So I was snooping a bit on Wiki about the DLCs, okay? Just to try and plan out these last few episodes of this Let's Play. And I think the last one, it said you get more gold for kills, which is quite good. I guess kind of a nice thing for New Game Plus. But here's something quite interesting I kind of want to show off to you guys. This game has 7 DLCs, and they're all mixed throughout the story as we go along. Now, here is from the wiki. This is the previous game, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now, I already showed all these off in that series, if you guys remember. So there was an endurance mode, a survival mode where the player must explore a randomly generated wilderness for artifacts and crypts. So basically, it wasn't a story-based thing. Later made playable in co-op. I didn't show that off. But, you know, I did like one special episode on that. Baba Yaga was a proper story thing with a whole, like, lots of explorable regions, if you remember. That was a big deal, Baba Yaga. That was like this game's DLCs. Cold Darkness was that zombie mode. Again, I did one video on it. Lara must shut down an aging Soviet chemical weapon plant. Remember, it was basically survival. Blood Ties, so that's the other story-based one in Croft Manor, where we find out what happened to our mother's remains and blah, blah, blah. And then finally, Lara's Nightmare, another zombie mode. So that was the last game. 5 DLCs. Only 2 of them were story-based. So I think it's quite cool, actually, that Shadow has 7, and they're all story-based. None of them are like mini-games or whatever. They all complement the main... So I think they definitely did it best in this game. You know, there's a lot of people who criticize Shadow for.
Jonah, where are you?
But they definitely improved there.
I see you.
Hey, just about ready to go.
On my way.
Jonah's got such a weird role in this game. He's just always slightly off screen, just chilling and hanging, you know. So I wanted to finish that DLC before Unuratu died, by the way. I don't know what will happen now. Now that she's dead, and we're still going to go for it.
Where's Unuratu?
We were attacked. She died fighting Trinity.
Oh no.
Where is my mother?
Your mother. She fought hard.
But that's the leader's amulet.
It belongs to you now.
She was a warrior.
I love that. You guys might want to replay that. You can actually see him like gulp, like he's got a frog in his throat. You can see his little Adam's apple move.
If we cannot restore the sun,
I'll find the box. I won't let the cult of Kukulkan get to it first.
begin the preparations for the burial chamber. Queen Unuratu will live on, within us. Uchu, assist them with the boat. We will prepare for battle. The rebellion must succeed.
We'll be back with the box.
Take care. We will be ready when you return.
Well, I would like to return right now, actually, mate. So off we go.
So what's next?
We'll head back to Kwakyaku, regroup, and take it from there.
Because we really don't have any good ideas. So, of course, this is going to move us into the next big sequence for the game. This is a lot like how 2013 ended.
Another riddle.
What did it say?
The heart of the serpent is in the cup near the many stone faces.
Well, it's better than nothing.
I suppose. We need to find the box and end this.
What is that?
Whoa. I mean, they're really not fucking around here. They just destroy the boat. And Lara gets tagged. Oh, I remember this. This cutscene, okay, really bugs out in terms of the visuals. This is one of those things that definitely did lower my opinion about this game. Look at what happens to Lara here. She essentially inverts. It's so weird. I just don't know how this can be a thing. And believe me, I've looked it up. I've read what I can. And it's always like generic advice like, oh, make sure, you know, your drivers are up to date, blah, blah, blah. But look at how weird this is. I think this cutscene really breaks. Maybe when she goes underwater again. Or maybe has pausing fixed it? Did me pausing the menu there fix it? It's okay, it didn't get an art. Oh, I guess we literally just got grazed by the bullet. Doesn't look like a bullet went into our arm, does it? It looks like it sort of scraped it.
Jonah!
Just took a little chunk.
Well, look what I found.
Don't move.
Don't try me.
I love that little move there of her kicking the rifle away. This cutscene feels like it was going to be a quick time event, but then they decided not to make it a QTE. Don't you guys think? Like maybe they ran out of time. Like there, I should be holding E, and a minute ago I could have held some other things. Like maybe they ran out of time to make like alternate variations for how the cutscene could end if you fail the QTE. So then they just made it a cutscene strat. Don't you guys think, honestly, that's exactly how that feels to me. Also consider like how much cutscene we've watched now. I haven't interacted with the game for a good long while. Oh my god, we're just getting thrust in here. All right, a photo of Rourke. Hold on, let's look at this.
Rourke is a highly trained, multi-decorated veteran of the US Special Forces. His extensive experience with highly classified and sensitive operations, executed with deadly efficiency, brought him to the attention of the High Council. They recruited him based on his record alone. He is the leader of Trinity's military forces, and personally leads the Deacon teams, which have access to custom APCs called Paladins and Special Ops helicopters called Cardinals. He is Trinity's second in command, answering only to the High Council. While Dominguez is the heart of Trinity, Rourke is the fist. Rourke and Dominguez don't always see eye to eye, but each has a grudging respect for the other.
So again, we're kind of in this weird place with this, where it's like, how does Lara know all of this? You know, when you get this information on a photo, it is a bit iffy. But they have no other way of giving you this exposition in the game. I mean, they could give you documents that you sort of discern this info from. But here they just dump the exposition at you if you care to read it. I do like some of this, though. I like the ecclesiastical terms for APCs and helicopters, paladins and cardinals. The thing I kind of don't like, it's like the Dr. Dominguez thing, right? Where they made him the leader of Trinity. Well, they also, I guess they want this other guy, because there are two villains, really. This other guy, Rourke, we've not seen anything of so far, really. He's popped up a couple of times. We now have it really out for him, because he's killed Unuratu. And so it's like, oh yeah, we got to make him important too. So they just sort of, now suddenly there's like two leaders, if you will, the heart and the fist or whatever. Obviously, that's just a metaphor Lara's come up with. But he's another big guy within Trinity. And so, yeah. Let's see as well, on Path of the Stars.
A clue to where Lopez took the silver box. The heart of the serpent is in the cup, near the many stone faces.
So who knows that? Also, we're only just supposing that was Lopez, but Lara's hunches on these things tend to be okay. And if we look over here, yeah, that's fine. So we've got all of these. All right, they were in the middle of some dialogue, I think, so let's see what we got.
I'm still not 100% convinced the box even exists. Find something. All clear.
Let's cover in mud. Let's try and do a stealth sequence. I haven't really engaged in it for a while, have I?
Go, stop, wait, go fast. The life of a soldier.
If that guy turns around, we can definitely assassinate him. And maybe trap his body. Oh, really? Oh. Oh, do we not have our weaponry? Do we not actually have any guns? Oh, wow. Hold on. We may have to stealth this one. Let's get the slow down time one. Can I just spam F on these guys? Oh, I can. Okay, so we can just melee them down. Another execution there. Let's try and hold in this. I'd like them to lose sight of me. Oh, wow. It's a good thing I moved there. I was really getting in position for some more damage.
Outpost. Send another team to my position.
No. No more teams. I like his outfit, but probably only because he's got a little bit of red on him. Oh, so by the way, guys, as well, I'm drinking, I've got coffee with me here, but I've got a little something else with me too. So, I only drink maybe, like alcohol, I don't know, maybe 2, 3, 4 times a year, tops. Christmas is obviously one of those times. So one of the little gifts I got yesterday, like stocking filler type gift, is, and this kind of made me think of YouTube because of what we did years ago. Some like little tasting things of these little whiskeys, I guess. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's done it, but it's one of these little gifts, you can get like, someone else in my family got like these little rums or whatever. So I have these tiny little bottles, and I don't really think I should drink very much because, again, I've not eaten very much today, but I thought it might be kind of fun while we're playing this at least. So I got a choice of White Mackay or White Mackie, Famous Grouse, and then there's the last little bottle. Oh, it's also Famous Grouse, but it's Smoky Black. I'll try the Smoky Black. So yeah, I thought I'd let you in on a little bit there. I mean, I could talk ages, I guess, about the different gifts and stuff I got, but maybe it's not like totally appropriate. So yeah, all right. If I hit tab here, sorry, I'm just trying to unscrew a bottle as I speak. Just make sure we haven't missed a campfire. I think I vaguely remember on my first playthrough of this actually stopping playing for like a week around this part. Or maybe it was not my first playthrough, but one of my playthroughs of this game. I vaguely remember like stopping and loading back in here and sort of only half remembering.
Forward team, why the fuck are you still looking for that box? You have hostiles in your area.
Well, Dr. Dominguez...
I don't give a damn about Dominguez. Find Lara Croft and kill her.
There, by the way, oh my god. The way he says Lara is really weird. And I suppose it's fine because people have their accents or whatever. You know what drives me up the wall? And Americans do this all the time. I think it's... maybe it's not all Americans. But they don't really understand that Lara is a name. And they think it's Laura Croft.
In this sector.
And that just... oh, it shouldn't matter. I'm not really someone that cares that much about that stuff.
Find Lara Croft, how? We're spread out way too goddamn thin for that. This was a research operation.
Let's just spread out and make the best of it. I'll cover that area, you stay here.
So swimming probably will get rid of mud. But yeah, you know, I'll be watching a review or something, and it'll be people reviewing like the movies or they would have played this stuff, and they're calling her Laura. Like, I get maybe if you know of the franchise, but you've not played it, right? Maybe then I get it. Like, your instinct might be to say Laura Croft, but Jesus Christ. Up the wall. All right, let's kill this guy. I feel kind of bad about this. I mean, just because they're associated with Trinity, maybe they're not all murdering bastards. That guy looked pretty normal, right? Just in a shirt.
Now Rourke tells us to look for Croft. Who are we supposed to listen to?
Well, Rourke is a military leader, and Dominguez's decisions are getting people killed. So you better decide, right? This is not the time to fucking wander off.
Oh, why did they get interrupted there? That's a really cool conversation. Oh, let's make a Molotov. Let's burn someone alive. We did a lot of Molotov gameplay in the previous games, if you guys remember. But, very little of it on this one. There we go. Yeah, their conversation's good. Again, like, so there you're actually getting a bit of the detail that Lara had in the picture, you know. One guy's the military, and that they kind of argue. It would be nice to see their grudging respect a bit more firsthand, though. By the way, do you remember earlier in this episode has not gone at all how I thought? It's all main story. Do you remember a few episodes ago I said we're going to find like a document with a crazy big revelation? Like a huge revelation for some of the events of the previous games. And it's like missable. Yeah, this is the area now. And I'm trying my best to... well, I'm not trying my best, am I? I haven't really been using survival instincts at all, but maybe I should be. Like, for example, that document right there. There's a helicopter nearby. This is the Journal of T. Serrano 9.
21st of December, 1603. Lopez had grown pensive since exiting the cenote.
Oh, that's strong.
Away, and when I turned toward the city, at last he spoke, calling for us to stop. Then, after swearing me to silence, he shared with me a secret he had been carrying.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That night by the river, I met with the Emperor. I confessed to him who I was, who we are, and the true purpose of our visit. Trinity's fattened leaders, too busy with politics for even the morning's prayers, are not worthy of the box. The Emperor and I agreed that the only way to keep it safe from them was for me to claim it, take it far from here, and hide it until one of the Paititi royal line, a chosen one, can follow his antecedents' clues and rediscover it. Having thus unburdened himself, Lopez turned on his heels and set a course deeper into the jungle. Okay,
I've distracted myself there. My God, that, just the first little sip of that really burned on its way down, and I'm sure it's because I got an empty stomach, my God. Like in quite an unpleasant way, and then it was all right afterwards. So, huge revelations here. 1603. So this isn't... so Trinity, we know, has taken control of the city now. And we've been thinking of that as a fairly recent event, right? So the date is 1603. We're reading the notes of the guy with Lopez. So they've left the cenote. So have the box now, okay? Because Lara was just there looking for it. That's where the big room was. That's where we met the Yashil, and the Yashil, it was empty, okay? So after swearing me to silence, he shared with me a secret. That night by the river, I met with the Emperor. I confessed to him who I was, who we were, the true purpose of our visit. Trinity's fattened leaders, too busy with their politics for even the morning's prayers, are not worthy of the box. So, And by the way, I'm actually speculating here. I don't really remember. So sorry, is the idea here that Lopez was with Trinity, and that it's through Trinity in the 1600s he'd heard about the box, but he had thought, no, they're not worthy of it. He himself basically betrayed Trinity. So he went to, he was just going to steal it for Trinity back in the 1600s. But he had these beliefs about them. Fattened, too busy with politics. They're not even as religious as they should be or whatever, or as devout, pious as they should be. So the Emperor of Paititi and he came to an agreement that the box wasn't safe in Paititi because Trinity knew it was there and they were sending people to get it. So the Emperor of Paititi said, you can have it, take it away, hide it, until one of the Paititi royal line, a chosen one, can follow the clues and rediscover it. So that's the story, really. I mean, it's insane that it's in a document, isn't it? This isn't even what I was alluding to a second ago. This is why there's been all these weird clues and fake walls that have been built, and he's taken it, but he does want someone to follow, but it has to be someone worthy, someone smart, someone who really understands the culture, someone who actually wants more than just to wreak havoc with this thing, I suppose is the idea. So then they set further into the jungle. So this is a huge revelation for Lara, okay? It doesn't help us with the current clue, but it does reveal a lot. And it also talks about the fact that Trinity was after this for a long time. That's just one. That is not the thing I was referring to a second ago. I'm bloody happy we found it, though. And we will have to come back here. So there's a tremor. A minute ago when the helicopter came up and that was the thing, I was wondering if it was instead going to be the apocalypse rearing its head.
Cardinal 2, all clear. What's going on, Commander? We got hit by a force shock. Kappa team? All clear, sir. This is Cardinal 2. I've got force shock damage at Juliet 3. Our rock slides have got the tertiary pumping platform. No fires. Fallen trees have completely blocked the access road to Kilo 2.
It feels so weird drinking from a very, very tiny little bottle. Finally, a campsite. Oh my god, what a place for us to stop, though.
What the hell?
Yeah, we can't.
What the hell am I supposed to do?
We can't fast travel back, of
Unuratu's
course.
Dead, shot in the back by Rourke. I don't have the box. Jonah. God, if anything happens to him. God damn it.
That's the funny thing. Jonah's off screen so much and ends up fine so much. I personally don't really even buy any fear at this point. Okay, 4 more skill points. I'm kind of tempted to stay in the green area because we've almost finished it. Kill a second enemy during a stealth takedown to perform a chained takedown. That's Serpent's Fury. So after performing a stealth takedown, press F to kill another one. That would have been really useful a minute ago, so let's hope we got a bit more stealth gameplay coming up. So Boa's Blow we can't buy yet, so instead let's get the Serpent's Glint. Adds a flare round attachment to all pistols. Flare rounds ignite unarmored enemies. They blind surrounding enemies for a few seconds. Now that's cool, we can try that out as well. It's funny to have like a very technical sounding upgrade to a pistol. Have a name, Serpent's Glint. Requires black powder and fat used to blind and ignite enemies. Also kind of good for a stealth section. Also up here, the triple arrows, the Sips Quiver. Of course, we got on the previous part and I hadn't actually moused over. Path skills, we still just have the 1. By the way, this skill tree, I said it on like episode 1, but just to remind you all, when you play in New Game Plus, this skill tree expands even more. Like, there's a whole outer ring. You see how we've got the 3 things? We have Seeker, Scavenger, and Warrior. You get, like, Jaguar, Owl, and Monkey or something. There's 3 more. Like, it's very... And I'll show you when we get there. I'm probably jumping the gun a little bit on that. So what weapons have we got right now? Well, only the 2. The climbing axe and the grip of fit. Let's go back to this for now. And hey, we can wear any outfit we like at the moment too. Should we go into a classic Tomb Raider thing? I don't think so. This one looks good though. Oh no, it doesn't. Never mind. I think we already wore that, didn't we? Well, no, it does look good. Here, Shadowrunner. All black clothing with a tactical vest. Well, there's no benefits. But hey, if we're ever going to wear And we can rotate her as well. If we're ever going to wear armor with no perks, I mean, it's always going to be a position where we're like, oh, I wish I had a perk. So let's just try it out. So, oh, we get another journal here. Not yet, question mark, Diary of a Trinity Soldier. Okay, not yet. Now, what do we remember from the very end of the last game? Anna got sniped. It's so weird thinking about Anna at this point, isn't it, by the way? Like, Jesus, it feels like a million years ago. It's weird thinking about Grim and Roth and stuff. Anyway, Anna got sniped, and the sniper was like, should I take out the other person? And I think the line was, not yet. It was like, no or not yet or something like that. Okay, ready? Optional dialogue, this.
This is a record of a mercenary's assignments while working for Trinity. Mexico, Kenya, Siberia. I had my crosshairs on the younger one too, but Rourke had orders for us to leave her alone. This is the bastard who shot Anna.
Well, Anna. By the way, I'm going on about Lara, and I even said Anna just a second ago. I thought they were calling her Anna in the previous game. Whatever. Anyway, check this out. Look, this is about the cliffhanger. Blink and you miss it. But that is what the end of the last game was all about. Who, the mysterious guy that we were looking through their scope, it's just a random goon. But the voice, if you remember in that final cutscene, there was a voice and it said, not yet, don't shoot Lara yet. Boom. It was Rourke that we heard at the end of the last game. Rourke was the mystery voice on the other end of that phone call. So, yes, you can now go back and rewatch that whole playthrough or play that game and have a little bit more knowledge. But, I mean, Jesus, it's a flimsy little way of getting back to that cliffhanger, isn't it? And that's it. You just sort of move on. That to me, it might not be. That to me, though, feels like they did this whole game and they were like, oh, we didn't actually explain it. All right, let's drop this thing. By the way, speaking of Rourke, guess who just gave us a phone call? We know it's Rourke because of the colour of the subtitle.
Who is this?
I've suspected you've been monitoring my communications since Mexico.
Rourke.
Commander Rourke. You've been listening to me, and now I'm listening to you. Another foreshock. How's it feel, knowing you're responsible for all these cataclysms? All that suffering?
I know what I did.
The look on your face when Dominguez told you? But you just had to have that dagger, didn't you?
I didn't want to walk there, because you never know, do you? That's the thing with so many games that have this experience, right? Where I'll trust the developers that I can walk while talking's happening and it won't interrupt anything. I will trust you once. But the first time I step forwards and the dialogue cuts off early, I'll never trust you again. And now I have to just stand still because I don't want to lose out on the detail. And so many people mess it up. And again, this is something that Uncharted does very well.
Croft is moving into your area. Find her.
Cross slipped right through the guys at the beach. It can't happen again.
We'd better do a sweep. Anything interesting in that new shipment?
Slipped
Thermal
through.
goggles, gentlemen. I'll take point.
Oh yeah, this is silly but this is weird. So you know that whole thing about covering yourself in mud?
Where?
Well, this is now a mechanic. Enemies equipped with thermal goggles can detect Lara through vegetation, but not through walls.
Shit! False positive. Some animal.
How the monkey there. So now...
Are we getting those lights up or what?
I'm never gonna get them working if you keep pestering me. What's the damn hurry all of a sudden?
Rourke said Croft's coming through here.
God damn it. All right, I'm hurrying.
It's nice to see Porvenir on the wall there. So now that's not a thing. I get the feeling that they were really excited about that mechanic or that idea. Like, if you watch the trailers for this game, it's all about the covering in mud, becoming one with the jungle, all that kind of thing. And now there's this whole thing with the thermal goggles too. But I mean, it's not actually as much as it feels like they've really, you know, they're really interested in it. It's not really transformative in any way, is it? Oh, I fucked up there. Oh, there you go. Look, there's the double kill. Whee, pretty good. It would have been a bit better if we weren't getting shot at here. But hey. Did we get the thermal goggles going? I think we might have. This is also sloppy, isn't it? Everything I've done is so sloppy. Oh my god, this guy's a brute.
No shame in giving up. Well, let's end this.
I like how even doing the sloppiest, laziest kills, where I'm just spamming F, they classify that as an axe kill, so I get bonus XP, you know? Axe finisher. Alright, there you go, another wave of goons. Pressed F to death. I swear in the other games, wasn't this a big thing where you would go to the generators and turn out the lights? You know what? I bet that someone's got a playthrough online of a really, really perfect, like, stealth, never seen run of this game. It's a cool thought. I mean, I know that there's a lot of good speed runs and things of it, but beyond that. So here, I do kind of want to look around again. We will survival instincts just a few times. I don't want to break my rule too much. But, actually, here's what we can do. Porvenir oil fields. See, it says there's 4 documents. And we can kind of get a sense of how much we've already explored here. I really don't want to miss these documents. There's a relic and a mural. They're alright, but it's the documents on this one. I think all of them are, like, really revelatory. And we're quite near the end of the game now as well. So I kind of do get the vibe that, like, as they were implementing... Obviously, when you make a game, you don't necessarily... It's just like shooting a movie. You don't necessarily make it linearly, you know? The third thing you might do might be the final sequence, you know? And the 5th thing you might do might be the opening sequence. It's not necessarily made how it's played. But nonetheless, I do get the vibe here. That at this point in the project, they knew they had a deadline. They were only going to get so far in. So certain revelations that had been earmarked for other ideas now had been cut. Oh, here we go. Let's cover in mud.
I'd be shooting.
So things start going quite rapidly. And in fact, there's a big, like, emotional beat they want for Lara in this game. We're gonna. I don't want to be too spoilery. I'm not going to jump ahead, okay? But there's a big emotional beat that they clearly want for Lara. And it kind of just gets thrust in there out of nowhere at the end of this sequence to me. We'll see. Well, I'll let you just play it authentically. Don't let my commentary cloud your judgment or ideas of what anything is. So I won't spoil things. Oh, he can see me in the vegetation, can't he? It's alright. He's like a T-Rex. He doesn't seem to have great vision. But yeah, there's a thing coming up that I've always thought was just very awkward and a bit of a lowlight of the game, to be honest. Me saying it's a lowlight is totally gonna, like, cloud the scene now. But whatever. Can we turn this light off? Oh, no. What? How'd they see me? That I'm in the dark. See, it's interesting to me that this is one of the longest combat sequences in the game, and we're forced to stealth our way through it. Oh, I'm dead. Damn it. Alright, well, that's alright. I'm happy to die at least once. Let's try and turn out that light a bit quicker and do it a bit cleverer this time. Oh.
Evening, Sam.
Evening, Sam. I like the way her hair's, like, all flattened down against her head there. Lovely. Go straight over the... Oh, no, he can... Well, I don't know. This is a bit rough here, isn't it, really? Do you think we can chain kill? I think we can, because the icon's on him, isn't it? Yeah, nice. That's pretty nice. To be honest, guys, I don't know on any of my other playthroughs of this game I've executed that. Okay, lights out. We can get this guy. Oh, and another... This is a chain kill here as well. They've seen me because that guy I assassinated before. If we'd gone to the right and assassinated him first... Oh, that's interesting. I got a Steam achievement for that. Don't kill me, 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 please, 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 please. Alright, we're all good. Oh, we're not all good! Can I really not just pick up a gun off of one of their bodies? Am I misunderstanding this whole thing? Oh, what? He's still alive? You know, I can't... I mean, this is a bit weird, isn't it?
Bit of ludonarrative dissonance here.
Well, we could clearly just grab one of their guns, but they want us to stealth through this bit, so... We're not allowed. Is there like a distractable I could throw? Oh, I think we can trap. Ready? Ready? Whee! Down you go. Nice. Okay, let's survival instincts a bit. Bodies to scavenge. Do we get gold from their bodies? We do, even from Trinity people. It's pretty good. I don't know what's going on here with this pipe. That's where we came from as well. I don't know, that's a bit of an odd one, isn't it, really? I'll tell you guys, if I can help it, and and we don't have all the documents by the end of this sequence, I'm going to backtrack. And it's a thing I would classically... That would have been good to shoot, by the way, all of these. Just knock a ton of people out at once. And classically, you know, I would cut that out. Obviously, we're not going to do that here. But, I mean, we've got to see these documents. These are all really good documents.
Are you okay? Was that the earthquake? I'm near an oil refinery. Everything's blowing up.
No, Jonah, get off this channel.
What?
They're listening.
Okay.
I'll find you.
So, problem there, read between the lines. They now know that Jonah's at an oil refinery. We also know that Jonah's alive and safe, which is good. I kind of don't like Jonah in this game. He's almost like a... He's just a tool, you know, to be like something we care about that can be in danger. You know what I would have really loved? I would have loved a little moment where we play as him. I think he's earned it at this point. It's so funny as well because I was looking again last night at the comics and the novel and stuff about all the Tomb Raiders, this reboot trilogy, and it's so much about the other characters.
It's a recipe for a hallucinatory.
You know, the games will give you a sense that Jonah is the only one that really matters by this point. Because now, for some reason, I really don't know. I would love to know that if anyone at any point in all of human history while I'm still alive, if you find this out, please drop a YouTube comment. Why Jonah is the focus in all the games, I don't know. Because they could have done more. And if you read the comics and the novels, you know, Sam's still a big character. There's loads of stuff going on. But the games are just about him. I don't know. What is it? The voice actor doesn't ask for much money? I just don't get it. Anyway, let's see what they're saying.
Sometimes used in war.
What they're saying. What Lara's saying. Is this already going to my head, is it? Nice new bow.
This should help. If I use this on my arrows, it could be an advantage against Trinity.
It's funny, you'd think I'd hate dialogue like that, you know, like just really barefaced, overly expository, like ridiculous dialogue, but it's fine. I'm pretty desensitized at this point. Jaguar's fear. Fear arrows cause enemies to attack their allies. We have our bow now. And they gave us load. I don't know. Did I give myself those resources? I don't think so. So this was always fun. I think in the Baba Yaga DLC of the previous game, this is how you get these. I think it was purely in Baba Yaga. There's like a toxin. And it would allow you to, you know, mind control an enemy or not. And I always like mind control effects. I like mind control effects for the same reason I like playing minion monsters and stuff in all RPGs. I like having allies, you know, it's just good. So, a little bit of Yucatec, is that? No, that's Quacher. A depiction of Mama Zara.
This must be Mama Zara. I always thought her forms of worship were a fun tradition. She was the Incan goddess of grain, and her name means maize mother. So if ever a farmer found a strange maize plant, they would dress it up like a doll in honor of her. She was
that's lovely.
The goddess of willow trees, so sometimes the farming communities would hang one of their maize dolls from a willow tree and dance around it for her.
Oh, I like how Camilla had that little chuckle, that giggle. What is that? Anyway, because that's how I felt. That is quite a cute, nice little story. And yeah, our Bardi in the live chat saying Jonah is the damsel in distress of the game. Absolutely. Like, without a doubt. I mean, I do like, though, in Shadow, they do seem to have gone to... Here's a document, very good. They do seem to have gone to a lot more detail, rounding Jonah out, talking about his history, the places he grew up, and all that kind of stuff. And it means he is, you know, he has more dimensions than two. So this is Lopez's account of his search for a powerful artifact, the truth.
Trinity can rot in this jungle. And as for the Pytetian Emperor, not even he can truly understand just what this box is. But I do, and I know it should not be used by just anyone. That would be catastrophic. Only the purest among us should make the decision as to how to wield the power of the silver box. That is why I must hide it.
Is Amaru just anyone? Is that the idea? It's interesting as well. I mean, Lopez comes across as just such this great guy because he himself knows he's not the one. I think that's such a beautiful, like, powerful thing as well because, like, everyone on Earth, you know, Oh god, this is going to get really lame and weird. How do I describe this in a way that's not lame? Everyone on Earth, right? You are your own viewport, right? You're your own perspective. You are the center of the universe for yourself. All your thoughts, all your feelings, all your interactions with the world, it's all about you. At some point there is ego in that, right? Like you are your own main character, if that's the way to put it. So it would be so easy for 90% more people on Earth, if they ended up with something like this box or whatever, they would think, well, you know, and you got like this nebulous concept of purity as well. It'd be so easy to think, well, of course I'm the one. Of course this is about me, you know. There's like that arrogance, that confidence, because everything ultimately is all about you, because you know, that's your viewpoint, if that makes sense, right? So to have a character like Lopez, who knows, you know, I am just a secondary part in this story, and to have that humility and to be able to put that to the side and to have that higher consciousness and that higher presence of mind. I mean, it is a beautiful thing, really. It's interesting he says not even the Pytetian Emperor can understand this. This makes me think of not the classic Tomb Raider games, but the middle era of Tomb Raider games, the Underworld trilogy. Those games, and I've played them on YouTube. It was a long time ago, but as you play through, a big theme of those games, the middle era of the Tomb Raider franchise, the big story with those was about how all legends and you know, artifacts and ideas and cultural concepts of an afterlife and an underworld and stuff, that they're based on something real, that there is magic and there is something incredible. It just exists at this like deeper level of history people don't understand, and it's kind of Lara finally exploring and examining that. And that's kind of what this line makes me think of as well, that not even the Pytetians really get where the box came from. So what created the box? What is this higher magic? Where is it from? That's kind of what the middle trilogy was all about, really, I think. And here we see in the Survivor trilogy there's a bit of that too. They're not really shining a big spotlight on it, you know, they're not really holding the magnifying glass to it, but who knows what they'll do in the later games. And I find myself constantly wondering that now. What are they going to do with the Unreal Engine 5 game? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? God, guys, I really didn't want this, but we're going to have to do like 3 DLCs in a row.
I say again, Croft is coming to you.
Jesus Christ. Shh. We'll get her, sir.
Show me her corpse, and your entire team is next in line for deacon training. Rourke out.
You heard the man. Let's do this.
I love that moment. I really do. I find it so cool. I love it when games, your enemies are scared of you. It's just the best thing. It's like when you're playing Halo 2 and you hear the grunts calling you demon and they're freaking out and stuff. It's just the best thing. This is why on my Steam wishlist now I've got Doom, you know, the Doom reboots, because that feels like that's just the ultimate fantasy for that, you know. You are the thing the demons are scared of. I just think that's awesome. Okay, finally we can use Jaguar's Fear. Check it out. We actually have this perk upgraded as well, so I don't know if we'll see a really good animation here. While aiming, press middle mouse to shoot an enemy with a fear arrow. Oh no, this is not... This is the new thing. This is the fear arrow. Alright, so let's turn him into an ally. Let's use the guy in the better gear though, shall we? Let's use one of these guys.
You aren't looking too good.
There we go. And he dies afterwards, which is pretty nice. Let's shoot at... Oh, wow. I thought I crafted multiple of those. Why do I only have one now? Doesn't fire 2 at once, does it? Let's go down and see him and say hello while he's on our side. Hello, sir. I mean, in theory, he could shoot us. He's just supposed to be scared of everything, right? Oh, wow. Does it shoot 2 at once? I don't understand what's going on here. Can I not craft one? Wait. What? I healed! I totally healed. You guys saw that I healed. I healed. The black and white screen went away. Where are we now? Oh, okay, we're back here. I love this animation, by the way, that the guy clutches his ears because he's scared of the sound. Or it's just so loud. You know, I mentioned I watched Die Hard over this Christmas period for the first time. And they got these ridiculous scenes where he's like shooting guns in vents. And it's like, what? That would just blow your ears off. You know, I'm British. I don't know much about guns, but I know that they're insanely loud and will do permanent damage to your ears in an enclosed space like that. But Bruce Willis is just like chilling. He's like, whatever, it's fine. Okay, so these guys roamed up last time.
I got some broken twigs.
Oh, let's use one of our other
Base camp's having
things.
trouble receiving me. As soon as this is up, we'll use it to boost your signal.
Oh, that's cool. So you can kill them, and the mine will attach to them. So you can see now, by the way, a lot of the plants we get now are going to be useful for fun things, like the various mixtures that we can use, as well as different ammo varieties. If I do that and I run around the back, do you think we can maybe get an assassination? He's shooting at nothing. I thought there were multiple players there, honestly. Players, characters. Let's make sure we actually loot them, shall we? Just keep our eyes out for any kind of document. I've got to say, this sequence is a little bit longer than I remember. Let's see where we are on the world map here. Current objective, fine. 66% complete. We're missing a relic and a document, that's it. We're on here, I think, guys, for 100% the first time. This is definitely the end here. Like, without a doubt. And that's where we get the character beat, the Lara story character beat. That I said I think's a little bit iffy. Ooh, we get a throwable. Turn it into a Molotov. I like how we can turn that into a Molotov with just a bit of cloth. Well, actually, I guess that's fair, isn't it? You just stuff some cloth in the neck. I mean, it's the alcohol. The thing is, I assume that they're empty bottles. I mean, why would there be loads of bottles of full booze hanging around here? I mean, especially considering these guys are meant to be elite mercenaries. You wouldn't want to think they're all just drunks, would you? Incendiary arrows, I think. Now, obviously, we do have that perk. Oh, God, I've got to heal here. Let's slow down time as well. Oh, let's craft a thing as well. I don't know why, but I don't really feel very tempted to use anything that's not special ammo at the moment. What is going on? I'm holding middle mouse, and it's just not doing it. Oh, I'll tell you what the issue is. Sorry, this is awful. The issue is, right, you hold middle mouse to craft the thing. And if you slightly scroll the wheel while holding the button down, it will toggle you to another ammo type and thus cancel the crafting. So you've got to be very, very careful with that. It's probably better to rebind it, to be honest. I mean, I say that, but one thing I do think that the Survivor trilogy is very good at, actually, is control schemes. I do think that they're alright with that kind of stuff. That guy is heavily armoured, so we're going to have to hit him a lot. Oh, never mind. Oh, yeah, we are. Okay, so there, I think that was going to be an execution, but because he still has a lot of armour on him, like the helmet and so on.
You can do better than that.
It wouldn't have worked, so it just broke the helmet off instead of actually killing him. I think there's one more guy, isn't there?
Won't be leaving here.
Dude, I've just killed all of your friends.
That's the surrender.
There he is. Jesus. You know, I really couldn't see him there. I was really distracted by the fact that one of those leaves was glowing. But I guess it was just his flashlight, his torch, as I would say. Flashlight, Christ. That's a very good example of over the past 10 years, right? I've spent so much time around Americans that my language is changing. I genuinely do say flashlight sometimes now. I think Americans are better for it, though, to be honest, because when we say torch, we do mean, you know, a torch to me, as a British person, is the same thing. Whether you're talking about, you know, a battery-powered light or a fire on a stick, it's the same thing. It's useful to have two different words, you know. Flashlight and torch should be two different things. So, by the way...
Jonah, come in, please.
He's not gonna answer, Lara.
What?
He's dead. Now you can add your friend Jonah to the list of people you've gotten killed.
Fuck you, Rourke.
If you want to pick up his body, it's at the refinery.
I'm coming for you.
Okay, first, this whole thing with all this gas and all these explosives, you can tell some explosions are coming just based on this. Second, yeah, Lara saying fuck you. Does she actually swear much? In either this game or any other? I mean, okay, I'm going to ramble a lot here, but this story beat, Lara's going to go a bit psycho in a minute. And I think for us to get really invested in what they're about to do, you have to seriously believe Jonah is dead. And you have to really love Jonah. Let's imagine we played all the games, and he's our favorite, and he's come through all these stories, and he's dead. Now, that could be a lie. None of us are dummies, right? We haven't seen a cutscene of it or anything, right? We don't know. Or, right, well, it's not about whether it's a cutscene, is it? We just haven't seen. But Lara really believes it, okay? So I think what we're supposed to really indulge... There's so an object here, isn't there? I mean, look, it's been a while since we picked something up. To really indulge, we have to believe she seriously believes that now. And she's pissed. And that's why she just said, you know, she said the F word. Which you'd never hear me saying in any of this commentary, you know. I tried to keep these all PG-13 for all the little kiddies that I imagine are watching these videos. I gotta admit, I must have such an aging audience at this point. Okay, here we go. Here's a relic. A hard hat. Fascinating.
This hard hat is decorated with peacock feathers and what seems to be the likeness of a jaguar.
Oh, okay, it is a relic. It is, okay. Wait, no. It's a hard hat. Decorated with peacock feathers and what seems to be the likeness of a jaguar. I don't really see a jaguar in that. This is kind of cool. I like this item. This is kind of New World clashing with Old World or whatever. But you can imagine there'd be a lot of this stuff going on. As Trinity, these goons we're fighting right now, they're pretty blatantly goons, but on the other side of it, they've been sneaking around Paititi, and they're sort of used to wearing those kind of traditional things, so you get these weird... I actually really like that. That's kind of cool. Okay, so check it out. The environment's changed massively now. We missed a document. We've so missed a document. I'm furious at myself for missing a document. Oh, no, look, it's right there. Or, hold on. This is a treasure map, which will give us the document location. Oh, it's right next to us. Oh, I'm so happy with myself. There it is. A lost world, a Trinity soldier's impression of Paititi.
Dominguez forbade us from mingling with the locals. Didn't want us corrupting them. Luckily, one of the priests developed a taste for bourbon. And as long as I brought a pint with me, he'd lend me his costume, mask and all. Walking through the lower city was like traveling 500 years into the past.
Oh, this is cool. He's got a taste for bourbon. Hey, I could drink a little bit of that right here, right now. Walking through the lower city was like traveling 500... I don't really know... if this is meant to be a specific character we care about or whatever. It's kind of nice. Oh, by the way, in chat, Thomas says, in Rise of the Tomb Raider, talking about Lara swearing, in Rise of the Tomb Raider, she wants to call Anna a cunt, but Constantine punches her before she can. And you censored that word. Is that because YouTube will do that? In any case, okay, I don't remember that scene, genuinely. That's very heavy language as well, isn't it? For an American studio. I mean, culturally, there is a real fear of that word and a real sort of, like, edginess to that word. I'm surprised by that. I'm surprised that that's in the game and I've forgotten about it more than anything else. Okay, so check it out. This here, I mean, I don't want to keep doing this because I don't really know what I'm talking about. But, again, I feel like they had a cool idea at one point for a big refinery section of the game. And, you know, they've got, like, a suggestion of a big environment here. Like, we might, you know, now go into another big hub section of the map. And it's the refinery or something. And I think in both 2013 and Rise of the Tomb Raider, there would have been scenes like this. But for Shadow, it's really just a few seconds we're going to spend here. Everything's going to come very, very quickly. And, again, I start getting a vibe at this point of the game. Like, things are getting a bit crunched and things are going a bit quick. I might be wrong. And listen, if you guys think I'm wrong, I would love to hear some discussion as to why. But let's see how this plays out as we walk forwards here now. I mean, this looks like, oh, this is going to be a cool new area, right?
Cardinal 2, I've got a lock on the target.
Shit!
Pilot in forward position, opening fire.
Remember, Lara's mad. Jonah's dead. Here's the explosions. This feels a lot like Rise to me. This... What? No! Oh, I didn't press E! Oh, Lara, I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm really happy that that's in the video, though, because I don't think I've ever seen that animation of her dying on that pole. I'm sorry, Lara. I'm sorry. I should have thought about the fact that you wouldn't make that jump. Okay. Yeah, this feels like Rise. I think Rise had a lot of sequences like this, didn't it? These guys are getting a bit comical now with how bad they are as shots. They're a bit like stormtroopers, really, aren't they? Quick little jump. Even with chalk off there, you can kind of tell that they want you to scramble on that. Feels like there's a bit of... And there as well. There again. That was my perk, by the way. Oh, what's going on? Why is she... Oh, weird. Okay, because we don't want to go left. That was my perk. I didn't actually tap E to reclaim my grab there. The game did it automatically for me. I think that perk's a bit easy to get. I think if I was designing this, I would leave that as one of the last perks. Like, quality of life perks? I don't know. Would you rather get those early or late? It's just things that eliminate game diversity and mechanics. That, I think... That's an overhang jump as well. Sort of new. But doesn't matter, we fall anyway.
Sometimes I feel like I have to keep going, and if I don't, then I'll just let everyone down.
Tsunami is coming, and this is the first of many catastrophes you're doing.
I have to go! I'm the only one!
You're the only one that can walk!
Man, that knife coming out. I got a bit of a fear of knives, I think. I mean, this woman is crazy at this point. She's a killer. And now she decides to pick up another weapon.
Where are you, Rourke?
Holy shit!
Okay, this thing about the fantasy of being the thing they're scared of. I mean, it's pretty much in full force here, isn't it?
You can't hide from me, Rourke.
This is Rourke.
You are
I've been called back to camp.
dead.
Winters, Croft is all yours.
Oh, I think I actually killed him a bit quick there. The dialogue overlapped. Oh, there's a screaming Rourke. By the way, no pickups here at all. I don't think you ever come to this specific area ever again.
Base camp, this is Cardinal 2. Reinforcements on the ground.
Just aim at the red as much as possible. Oh, I think we got a headshot there.
This is Cardinal 2. We're taking shrapnel, but we're stable.
I feel like here, by the way, sorry, I'm pausing because the scene's going to go real quick here. I feel like here might have been at one point the idea of where you'd first get the assault rifle, but obviously we've had it for a while. And I figure it's because there's not much of the game left. So a later decision was made. Oh yeah, we got the Apache to dodge here. A later decision was made to give it to you earlier in light of the fact that this is so late. They want you to be able to play with it sooner. That's why, like, if you think about it, in the other games, I think it goes bow, pistol, shotgun, assault rifle. In this game, we got the assault rifle before the shotgun. And again, I think there might have been an original plan to have the assault rifle last here, this scene. But it was too late, so that's kind of the vibe I get. That they swapped it and they gave you an earlier. And that's why it feels rushed getting all the weapons in this game. Where the hell is this guy? That guy there has been relentless with the pistol. Oh, no, really? Oh, I thought I had plenty of health. Oh, my God. Do we have to do the whole thing again? I think we do. Okay, well, let's trigger that. Jesus Christ, this burning body straight at me. Okay, we dispatched them a lot cleaner. Infinite ammo. Oh no, not infinite. But lots of ammo. I mean, look at all these ammo boxes. Yeah, this is basically a boss fight against a helicopter. Which is insane, to be honest. So basically, I think we need to blow stuff up near the helicopter. And even though I'm just defeating goons here, that was possibly a bit unnecessary. There you go. We are hitting the... Yeah, there you go. I can't believe I just died. I mean, that is how short that sequence is. How long did that take me? 30 seconds, tops? I like the idea of a fight against a helicopter because they are so scary. What's that war movie? I think it's set in like the Middle East or something. And it's from the perspective of people being hunted by a helicopter. It's so scary. Right, this is the scene I've been nattering about here as well, by the way. Oh, sorry. Previous games was always shotgun before, rifle before shotgun. Really, was it? I've got that totally reversed in my head then, haven't I?
Hey, are you okay?
I'm making everything worse.
You're not. Hey, you're not. We can do this. Come on. Where to next? Can't stay here.
I don't know, Jonah!
What was that clue? The heart of the serpent, something...
The heart of the serpent is in the cup, near the many stone faces.
And what kind of cup are we talking about? Some kind of chalice?
A chalice that's not very Mayan. Wait.
Lopez wasn't Mayan, though, was he?
It's not mine. The clue was left by a 17th century missionary, Andrea Lopez, a Jesuit. The serpent in the chalice is a symbol of St. John. We're looking for a Christian holy site.
Like the Church of San Juan? That's a pretty common name. Could be dozens.
Not within trekking distance from Paititi.
Come on, the road is this way. We'll get out of here, talk to some people.
Okay. What would I do without you?
I'm sorry I laughed there. It was his expression was very flat. I am very sorry for laughing there because one thing I can't stand is like watching TV or a movie with someone and there's an emotional scene. You're trying to invest in it. You're trying to at least go with what the filmmaker or the writer is interested in. And some guy laughs, you know. It's worse than like a horror movie or something. It's just awful. I'm really sorry for that. But it was his expression. He was just like, what? It was quite awkward of him, really, wasn't it? So look at this. Look at the twist. This was a really cool moment for me. This, finally, I've mentioned it a lot of times here. This is one of my favorite parts of the game. It's just like, wow, what a sudden left turn.
Church of San Juan.
Abby's here as well. Nice little touch. And we have a whole new village to explore now. A whole new, like,
Let's split up. I'll look for signs of Lopez.
We'll ask around, see what we can find out.
Cool, we're a bit intimidating in that mercenary gear, aren't we? like a bunch of quests and another whole new area, just like Kyaku. Except now we're dealing with a lot of Christian stuff now, and you know, it feels very, very, very obviously very different from the Paititian stuff. The mission of San Juan, this is where some other DLCs spiral out of. There's a bunch of little areas that we can visit off the side. I didn't want to be here really yet.
An archaeologist. She works near here. You want to go see if she knows anything about your riddle?
That would be great.
I mean, and this is a lovely part of the game. I really like the puzzle solving and the intrigue here. This is one of the challenges, by the way, to rip down these, not rip down, I guess raise the flags. Here's a campfire. Lara, I'm sure will have stuff to say here.
I'm happy Jonah's alive. He makes friends so easily. I probably would have walked here to the mission, but Jonah, he just asked Abby for a ride and she said yes. I hope we're in the right place and we can find the box before Trinity. The earthquake hit last night at the oil facility and now there's a volcano. Is this where the next cataclysm will hit? We have to end this before this town ends up like Cozumel.
This is really fascinating too. This thing about the volcano, I don't remember anything in that cutscene talking about a volcano. But yeah, a volcano features heavily at the very end of this, and it feels like it was suddenly done. Again, it kind of feels like some scenes were skipped. Like maybe a scene where we meet Abby and get in the car and stuff. The other side, though, I actually think I kind of like the game for skipping a scene like that because, you know, what fascinating information could really come out of that? It's sort of nice to just suddenly have us in the car moving along. And Lara can refer to it back later. But yeah, do you see how it kind of feels like we're on a record skipping a little bit? And yeah, so I'm sorry for laughing during that scene, but I will say, in all honesty, every time I've ever played this game, I think all the emotion of that, I think they have an idea, which is to have Lara come out of this water in this badass moment where she's scary and she's dangerous and she's unhinged and she's trying to avenge this potentially fallen friend. And I think that all of those things I just said are awesome. They're really cool and I'm totally behind them. But I think you have to earn it. And I think you have to set it up properly. And I think you have to bring the audience on board. And I think the real issue here is they did not really sell the idea that Jonah was dead. You know, they just kind of hand-waved their way through it. So look, I get... To a certain extent, I will always see what the writer is trying to do, and I'll try and meet them halfway, and I'll say, you know, that's a cool idea, let's see. But as a consumer, I think you do have to lay a bit of groundwork in there, and I don't think Shadow of the Tomb Raider did it. So a lot of that scene there, I mean, you guys may love that scene, and I think that that's awesome, and, you know, you're welcome to. But for me personally, I sort of think it doesn't just fall flat. I think it actually bags the game down. And I think at a certain point, when I'm playing that, and I think back on that, I kind of reflect on it in quite a negative way. And I think, oh, this game... it needed more to tell the story it was trying to tell, you know? That's kind of my take on that bit. I kind of look at it as a bit of a black spot. Really, I do. By the way, oh no, never mind. We've got 2 we need to buy, don't we? So let's get Boa's Blow, which allows us to craft concussive shells. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to use the pistol flares yet. But let's grab that. So I can use 4 to select the shotgun. Hold middle mouse to craft concussive shells, which is black powder and salvage, and they will stun enemies. So having done the DLC, we have grenades, so I think I'd rather use those. But Boa's Blow is, what is that? Flare rounds and concussive shells. Stun enemies for a longer period of time, so that's kind of nice. And then we'll have all the green stuff. Oh, no. And then there's still Scales of the Serpent too, so we're a bit away. This is a really interesting area of the game, by the way, because there's a section that is so easy to miss, and that's outside of the town. There's so much to do in the town. There's a lot of people to speak to, a lot of fun stuff going on. This is kind of the last hub, by the way. Well, not kind of. I mean, it is the last hub. So there's a lot of things we could do now. We could go back to Paititi and get 100% with 59. That's a lot higher than I would have expected. What I think I want to do, though, is what this video was originally going to be about. I wanted to do a DLC. I wanted to do a DLC before Unuratu died. Christ, there's so many camps, though. Which is the right one? This one, isn't it? The village caves? So before we do all of that, and believe me, the game feels very different around it. It's nice. I really like all the Lopez stuff, and I really like all that kind of fresh sort of you know, very different kind of relics we'll get. And we get a very classic tomb with some fun Indiana Jones style puzzles, you know, involving light and things. What kind of sucks here is we're already well, I did say this episode would be extra length, didn't I, to be fair? Okay, is this the right place? I mean, it's not that cave over there, is it? I don't think it is. Well, hold on. We also, let's just see here for a second. We got side missions. The pillar. The forge I've done. So the age makers. We need to locate the entrance of the path of Huracan. Okay, so we want to go up to these waterways over here. Because obviously we already collected the quest, so there's no reason to go back. I guess in a certain way, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, let's go back and collect it again to see how the dialogue's changed now that Unuratu's dead. You know, the worst case scenario here would have been that they locked us out of the quest now. It wasn't these, was it? Was it those? I don't think it was. Hold on, Lara. The pillar. Oh no, it was. It was. I don't know. For some reason in my head I thought that they were less dense or something. Okay. So we're going to fast travel. Here. I guess this base can... Hold on, that's low down near that monolith again though, isn't it? Oh no, no, it was behind the waterfall, so this is actually perfect. So we're now moving into territory I've never played. I don't know how this goes. I have collected this quest multiple times in the past, but I do not know how this goes. By the way, in the live chat, someone's saying Bruce Willis was actually deafened permanently for his work in Die Hard. Really? I mean, I wouldn't have assumed they were firing guns at all. I would have thought it was all CGI, but maybe, I guess, I don't know. What is that, 89 that was shot? Maybe that wasn't a thing. And they were shooting blanks and it really was that loud. I genuinely didn't know that. So, let's have a quick look here. The pillar. You know, I like how the name of this is The Pillar, by the way. Because everything we've done so far, in terms of side tombs and crypts, has been giant rotating or trap-infused pillars, hasn't it? Well, I mean, obviously this is just a brick wall. You can tell the second I'm blind and I don't know what I'm doing. Well, hold on, what? It says it's near here. Maybe we go down a bit. Wait, I can't climb. Oh, I can climb up that. Hold on. Sneaky, very hidden. Could I have done this before? When we were previously, like, I don't know, like 3 parts ago. You are about to enter this tomb. Your current progression will be saved. Do you want? Yes. Oh, I'm quite excited. All right, we'll do at least half an hour more. We'll do at least half an hour more. By the way, totally random question. Gabrielle, who says, WP, are you going to try other Elder Scrolls games continuing your Arena series? Look, I don't want to talk in specifics about anything. But I will say, over the past couple of weeks, actually at the start of December, right before I sort of came back and started doing videos, and over the past couple of weeks, I have a lot of plans for a lot of things. I'm just being very careful and slow and deliberate about what I want to do because I'm really deeply ashamed about having gaps, you know, and having like weeks where I don't do anything or months where I don't do anything. I'm really ashamed about that and I really don't like it. It is awful. And I don't ever want to do that again. So I'm a bit scared of talking too specifically about things. But I do have ideas on stuff, so just keep a lookout. I'm trying not to disappoint anyone. I really want people to be happy watching the stuff I do. And if I've said in the past I want to do something, I will try to honor what I've talked about. So yeah, sorry I don't have a real answer for you yet, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, what is that response? Just a giant cock tease, really, isn't it? But you'll see. Okay, so wait, we don't get any information there. We just get a skill point. Oh.
This very place. There are many men moving through it. Even more lay dead. And this, it's the shield. The prize they are all seeking. This is a trial. Just as Kuryanka said, the path of Huracan, the god of wind and storms.
Sorry, Kuryanka. I thought we got this quest from Ushu. Oh, no. We did. That's the lady, isn't it? Okay. Oh, do you know what I should have checked? Well, we'll do it on the next one. I should have clicked show collection to see how many that there are here. Okay. Pretty simple jump. Nothing on the floor around us. It's kind of crazy, by the way, to just be able to go back to Paititi at this point. I feel like there's so much that we could talk to people about. But who would we talk to? Ushu? Itzley? Assuming that he's doing something completely different at this point. Oh, what is that? That blue thing. That looks like something I can interact with. Maybe shoot down. Maybe that's one of the challenges of the area, but... How would I get to a spot where I can actually fire? Oh, here, by the way, check it out. I'm holding down, and she's not doing anything. So, yeah, she won't fall. I talked about that on a previous part. She won't fall if you're at the very limits of her strength or whatever. Or, you know, of the rope length. That should be good, right? Okay, good. If we'd made it a little bit less, I think we could have grabbed and scrambled. Wow. So the last deal, the one bit of information I don't have on hand for you, but the last DLC you guys said was released with the game. This one must have been a couple of months later. You know, I think that's quite interesting too, with a game like this, where it's kind of a very linear story, a very linear, simple idea. You're playing it for the, you know, the continuation of Lara's, I don't know, history or experience with the thing. I wonder how many people just played it and then uninstalled it, and then they weren't interested in any of these DLCs. Even if they had it installed, would they have been interested? Let alone not having it installed and having to pay for it, you know? Or, you know, for the console equivalent, they've put the disc away or whatever, and they're now into something else. Because even just a month after release, I would guess that a lot of people never played this or never saw this. I mean, maybe that's just me letting my own personal experience cloud the whole thing, because I didn't play this. We can hook on, right? I definitely think the DLC platforming is better than the base game. Like, it's clearly better. This place looks really pretty. I mean, all the skulls and stuff aside. I was on,
doors. They explored further than I realized.
Wait, where? I was on, howlongtobeat.com earlier.
Impossible. I can't carry anymore.
Oh, really? We should have crafted something, some kind of a, campfire. We just unlocked something, though, that is salvage, so maybe... Well, it wasn't this, but we'll max it out. What was it? It was a pistol thing, wasn't it? Okay, right now I'm tapping the button to swap to pistol, and it's not working. Oh, of course, because we're in Paititi, so we can only use bow stuff. Alright, so I guess we can't spend it. Yeah, I was on How Long to Beat, and it said for each of these... It said this game takes 20 hours to beat. For, like, base game, I think. Which, by the way, we're already long past. Part 10, we would have been there. Oh, no. Oh, we're around about there. But for the various DLCs, it said about 40 minutes for each one. Prayer for the Loyal Dead. A document in Andres Lopez's handwriting.
May the good Lord, in his infinite mercy, bless the souls of these loyal men and accept them into paradise eternal at his side. They served me well, and without their assistance, I surely would never have laid eyes upon what the Paititians call the shield of the Age Maker. It is with the deepest regret, therefore, as well as with a renewed commitment to my holy mission, that I have sent these men to their final reward. This secret that the shield revealed to me cannot be trusted with anyone other than myself, and so I left it behind, and upon returning here with my escort, I humbly performed my duty. In God's name, Amen.
Hold on, am I misinterpreting this? Did he kill him? Bless the souls of these loyal men and accept them into paradise eternal at his side. He killed them. Oh my god, in the base game, I had quite a good opinion of Lopez. These men served me well, and without their assistance, I surely would have never laid eyes on the shield of the Age Maker. The deepest regret, therefore, as well as with a renewed commitment to my holy mission, I've sent these men to their final reward. Now, this phrase, he killed him. The secret that the shield revealed to me cannot be trusted with anyone other than myself. Unbelievable. I mean, I don't know where we're going with this. I don't know what this is going to tell us. Obviously, it's going to expand on the story in some way that the base game never could. Wow, that's sad. I liked Lopez, and now I find out he's murdered a bunch of natives. That completely sucks. By the way, a message here from Mish. You know, WP, at first I really didn't like this actress as Lara, but she's really grown to love her voice. Or you've really grown to love her voice. Yeah, I don't know. That's one of those weird things, isn't it? Where exposure to a thing long enough, you'll end up liking anything. I don't know. Am I crazy to say that? But I sort of feel like that's true. I never had any resistance to Camilla as Lara. I just think she reads the relics and stuff a little bit slow, that's all. But for the rest of it, I think it's fine. I think that this trilogy has done a better job of making a real character. I'm scared the wind's going to blow again there, but I mean, what else am I to do? Making a real character than either of the previous trilogies did. I mean, the previous trilogy... Well, I say trilogies, the classics weren't a trilogy, were they? The previous one was...
might have fallen due to an earthquake.
Was not... oh, look, there's more blue stuff. That's so a challenge. That is so a challenge. Let me burn that down or something. I mean, there's rope on it and everything. Are we going to use those later? I mean, it's interesting, isn't it, how we've come to associate yellow with something. You know, DLCs and tombs and things. And red we have certain okay, we fucked up that, I guess. Red we have certain associations with, but blue hasn't been used, and yet here in the DLC we see it. Okay, so what's the deal here? You know, it's funny because Guild Wars has a puzzle just like this, doesn't it? He has that Drachma puzzle. Hold on, can I stay here? Aha! It's alright, Lara. Chill out. Okay, and then go. Nice. I quite like this. Let's press Q and just look back where we were a second ago, just in case there was, you know, some wall we could break or another relic. Okay, so this is cool. I like the environment design here. We've just been taught that we can obstruct the wind with some kind of wall, and now they're being very blatant about the fact that there is no wall. So let's stop for a second and try and see the pattern. So they're blowing quite ferociously to the right. And now they've stopped. And now they're blowing quite ferociously to the right. And now they've stopped. And now they're doing it again. Okay, it doesn't seem like it's an on-on-off for a long time, on-on-off for a long time. It just looks horrendous. Do you know what I would do if I was Lara? I would shimmy along this. I would hang down on the right and just hang and slowly shimmy across. I mean, she has the grip strength for it, surely. I don't know, let's go for it. No, what? Alright, that is bad. I was trying to get as early as possible, alright? Look, it makes sense. Let's try again, ready? As soon as they fall. Ready? I mean, they were not going very far out there. Go, 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 go. No, we fell. I wonder if there's something we can interact with to, like, block the wind. Like, what is going on with these? Or is there a chance? No, I mean, there's nothing going on there. It's funny because the ground there looks very close, but I'm pretty sure. You can tell just by how, like, slightly smooth or, like, flattened out that stuff is over there, that realistically that's going to kill you if you try to go anywhere near it. Alright. No, what? Well, that's unbelievable. I wasn't even really on the balance beam yet. Is there a pattern? Am I just really stupid? Hold on. Anything we can interact with? Anything. Can I scramble up this? No. So should we just try again? But where would I stop? Is it segmented in any way? If I stop here, for example. No. There's no way. There's no way you can get across that. We're going to have to close that wall down or something, surely. Oh, unless that blocks us. Do you think that that tiny little thing in the middle blocks the wind? This is the way to go. Go, go, go. I mean, that's ridiculous if that's true. Is it true? Oh my god, I've killed a lot of Lara Crofts here. There are a lot of, you know, if you like to imagine that each save file is a different timeline. I'll try it again. That can't be it, surely. Alright, it stopped. Go, 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 go. No! Huh. I'm really stumped here, guys. I'm really stumped. Maybe we go... Oh, what if we just jump? Do you think she can hang on to that and shimmy along? I mean, wait up. Oh my god. Unbelievable. Unbelievable! Alright, and we're in the shade, so we know we're safe. I can't believe it! That was staring me in the face the whole time! I can't believe it. I'll tell you what that is. That's having drank one of these little bottles of famous grouse. He says as he looks down to remember what it was he picked. Okay, so I just... That feels like that's too far along now, though, doesn't it? Alright, wind's blowing because the blue thing's going. Alright, we're good. Go, Lara, go, go. Go, 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 go. Wee, alright, awesome. Okay, nice. A little bit of flow to this. Let's press Q. This feels like a good spot for some kind of a pickup.
They couldn't get the door open, so they blasted through the ground.
Like, what's very much on my mind at the moment is the last DLC that we did. There were a lot of side pickups, and we managed to get them all on the first time through, but what if on the later DLCs we start missing them? So we obviously want to go down here. It's interesting.
This might be the Shrine of Sharks.
It's interesting to me that they've chosen for the DLCs to have them as linear tomb experiences. I suppose there's something about the development of these that makes sense. Like nice compartmentalized ideas for what a DLC can be.
Hope this path leads to the temple.
But I also wonder whether the thing with this is that so many people are whining that tombs aren't good enough anymore in the new trilogy. And I don't know whether I really agree with that criticism. It's what you always see online about this trilogy. Oh, it's not as good as the classics, blah, 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 blah. But, I mean... The classics were entirely the same type of exploration the whole way through. And that fits the title of Tomb Raider, don't get me wrong, I understand that. But I think people get too hung up on a title. And like, oh, the title of the game must define every attribute or whatever. And I don't think that's really fair. We have to pull that multiple times and not miss. Pull it multiple times and then attach the rope. I get that if I stand a bit closer to this other spool of rope. No, come on, Lara, pull it quickly. Don't let it fall the way back. Alright, let's connect it now. There we go. Pretty happy with that. Oh god. Well, I think now I've got to break it somehow. I mean, that's not good enough, is it really? She can't shoot while in this position though. Do I really have to just run for it? Oh no, do you know what? I think I need to determine the exact best spot for this. I think doing it in the way that I've done it is not... Oh, and we can probably crank this to move it, yeah. I think we've got to get it like halfway. Somewhere around there. Alright, go, 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 go. Come on, Lara. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, this one's scary. This one's scary because I know I've dynamically affected, like, the speeds. there is no developer intended like safe spot here. It's all down to me, and it puts a lot more nerves in me. All right, go, jump, pressy. All right, we're all right. I assume I'm safe on this. What's interesting is that it feels like you can go down and on the right, but maybe that's not a thing. Did Lara always have an assault rifle and one-shot people? Or just shoot people? You never played the old ones? Yeah, a big thing of the classics, always. Bigger even than in these games. The thing with the classics was you start off with dual-wielding pistols with infinite ammo. And as you go along, when you find secrets, or eventually in like the main storyline, if you're lucky, I guess, there were lots of other weapons around. And the first game was fairly, you know, relaxed about those kinds of weapons. There weren't too many. There were like Uzis and things. You know, you'd get some weapons. As the games went along, there were more and more and more, until like in the third game you had like a goddamn rocket launcher and stuff. Like, getting new weapons was the bread and butter of excitement of those games in terms of like RPG mechanics, like steady unlocks, and the new weapons would always cost ammo. So yeah, getting new weapons and feeling like a badass for using them was always in the DNA of this franchise. And to be honest, I think through all eras of the franchise, they've recaptured that quite well. The Survivor trilogy here has not properly ever given us dual pistols back, because I guess tonally it doesn't really fit in with what they're trying to do anymore. They're trying to do a more grounded, realistic take and so on. Oh wow, this is crazy, isn't it? But what would I possibly shoot this for? I need something to tether it to. This is just so fantastical and crazy, isn't it? That stutter there was a bit scary. It's almost like if I was standing anywhere else, I would have died. Do you know what I like the idea of? Attaching to that, hanging off on a rope, and then just flying around in circles as it spins. Let's just go and see what happens. Oh, God. All right. I think the difference between this DLC and the previous one is that this one's very linear, with like very little in terms of side pickups and stuff. The other one was a little bit more hub-based. I quite like this though. I do think that this is what this game was missing. What I really want, guys, or what I really want, is a combat-based DLC where I get to use, you know, I mean, look at the huge, oh, I can't load it here, but the huge skill tree. Oh, here we go, we can connect now. So you'll stop spinning? Oh God, it's a bit scary though, isn't it? It's not gonna last that long. Let's just go. Oh no, alright, okay, it really didn't last long. Okay, so the puzzle there must be just go fast. Yeah, I think a combat-based DLC that allows us to use all the other fun stuff that was going on with the game, I think that's the most important thing. So far, both DLCs have been exploration-based, as you can clearly see. Right. Jump and scramble, that looks like. Pretty simple.
The wind has whittled these structures for centuries.
Her voice sounds a little bit different as well. You can tell they got her into the studio at a different time. I kind of like the idea of hidden relics from like whole side parts of the puzzle here. I mean, this is nuts. Go, 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 quick.
Could this be shark all full up? Can't carry anymore.
Could this be what? Shark's lightning? I mean, I can jump on that, right? Oh, wow, it lowered. Oh. And I can't jump on it. That's an interesting thought. Would Lara get blown off of... No, you idiot! Why did you do that? Obviously, it was still moving. It was moving a second ago. Let's see if the rope's still up. No, okay. You never know. Sometimes you get lucky with stuff like that, and they'll keep the rope going. All right, let's try this once more. Okay, it spins around twice. Grab.
Could this be Shark's lightning axe?
Shark's lightning axe. It's connected and lowered. Okay, go, 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 go. I've just realised I like saying that, don't I? I like saying go, 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 go. All right, move on again. I'm going to notice that now every time I'm doing commentary on a video of some kind. Oh, God. Why did I connect that other rope there, though? Let's go about halfway on that. We don't have to tether it, do we? Oh, shit. Or is it going to slowly move back? It is. Go. Ooh. Ooh. I'm amazed we made that. Jump, but keep with it. Keep with it. There we go. Wait, but why is that other rope there? What was the point of that? To lower this, maybe? Was this whole platform not here before? There's no side pickups or anything, is there, at any point? Oh, is this the end? No. Oh, it is.
Jonah,
Lara, what is it?
put Koryanka on. Koryanka, the shield's been taken.
Then Amaru has it already. He wouldn't risk bringing it back into the city. It must be even deeper within the mountain.
All right, I'll go after it.
Oh, this DLC's multiple tombs. You know, I was wondering that, right? Because the previous one we did was 3 separate little areas. And I was thinking, oh, the next one will probably just be one big long area. But no, they're splitting it up. Believe it or not, I pressed tab there, but I meant to press Q. What's this here? Is this Lopez again? A book. It's ancient. Nice.
This details the ordination ritual Koryanka mentioned. During the cleansing, after the cataclysms, the eclipse will appear. Using the key of chak, open the silver box and absorb the energy of kukulkan.
Oh, wow. There you go. But tell you what, guys. This game is obviously all building to a moment like this, alright? I'm not going to spoil how this game ends. But it's clearly we're building to this eclipse, right? And we're building to the union of the key and the box, clearly. It's interesting to finally have something written in plain English about it. During the cleansing, after the cataclysm, the eclipse will appear. That's interesting as well. It suggests the cataclysms will be over at that point. Using the key of chak, open the box and absorb the energy of kukulkan. That was one, but we have this monolith over here too. The DLC unlocks give you so little language.
This is right here, where I'm standing. It shows the shield of the Age Maker resting in its cradle.
So little language mastery, it's unreal. This is basically a nothing dialogue, isn't it, really? Okay, that's cool, though. We'll get a perk anyway, though, will we? So you get 2 perks from this DLC? I mean, I doubt every DLC gives you something as major as grenades. That was a breeze. 1,000 eyes allows survival instincts to stay active when moving through tree canopies or concealment walls. Alright, that sounds rubbish, doesn't it, really? I mean, Jesus, how infrequently am I doing that? But okay. We already have a rope set up for us. Let me just have one quick last look here. Because, I mean, I've never played this, so I don't know. I like to be a little bit more meticulous than normal. Alright, good.
Holy shit!
Oh, shit. Well, I like to imagine that one of these ropes was one that I set up. I don't think it was.
Shit.
Where are we on the world map here? Yeah, I get it, Lara. Sorry, shit, that was too close. Oh, it won't actually let me scroll out.
That was too close.
It sort of feels like we're really near to Paititi. But we're not. It's funny to me that this whole tomb is permanently drenched in a storm. You might say, well, that's just a bit of fun flavour or whatever, and obviously they've used the puzzles for it. But on the other hand, Tomb Raider 2013 was all about how insane it was to have an area engulfed in storms, and there was a huge amount of mythology built around that and story built around that. And here we just casually have another such environment with very little supporting material. But I don't know, or we just say Lara just got here at a certain time of day and just kind of got unlucky. Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's take pity. Ooh. I like the light shaft there. Nothing apparent in these areas. Couple of supplies. That'll help us. We got some cloth there. That'll help us from the Molotov we got before. Another trap. And a falling floor. That was good. I like the way they chained 2 of them together. Don't think the base game does that ever. Just scanning the walls, checking if there's darts shooting at us. Oh god. I was quite calm there, but Lara absolutely freaked. I mean, obviously she's falling. Climb up this. I was going to say, hopefully I don't have to shoot my way through that, and yeah, I don't have the right upgrade for it. At this point, though, we should have everything we need for any kind of barrier, except the rope ascender. Like, sometimes you will need the rope ascender. And you know, guys, I've been thinking, I want to start so many episodes. Oh god, again, I can't use the map. But I want to go back to that first tomb in Mexico. And I want to, you know, finish that challenge and find some other stuff. But I think you need the rope ascender to do that. So they really have set the game up such that you go there last if you want to return to that place. And I really like that. But it obviously means we don't get to do it just yet. But every episode I've started, I've thought, oh guys, I've got to show you that off. This is a really long sequence to get back. It's making me wonder if we're just going to end up at the other tomb straight away. Or the other location. This wasn't right, was it? I needed to swing. Possibly. I mean, surely I can hang on to that there. After reading Jurassic Park in the live chat here, Obigajo says, after reading Jurassic Park, I think dinosaurs would be awesome. Imagine having to deal with velociraptors. Yeah, I mean, that was a big thing. The Survivor Trilogy just doesn't do dinosaurs, but I would like to see them come back into the franchise at some point, definitely. You know, I mentioned in the previous part, I was reading that Patient Gamer's review of the old games. And people were putting into pretty good context. So, Tomb Raider 1 Classic had a remake called Tomb Raider Anniversary. And in Anniversary, so 1 had this scene with a dinosaur, a T-Rex. And it's really crazy and heart-stopping because you're just playing and you see this thing loom out of the darkness and it's like a jump scare and then you're in a fight and it's all dynamic and it's all just like, there's no cutscenes. There's no breaks in the action. We're back in the city here. It just happens and it's so brilliant for that. Yet in the remake, they turn it into a bunch of quick time events and stuff and it kind of kills the joy of the thing. It's a subtle difference that I think you wouldn't realize while developing it until eventually you play it, but it is not as good in the remake because in the remake you always feel safe in a quick time event and stuff. There's just something off about it, and so they kind of messed it up there. But you know, that the remake itself was like a decade ago, so you would hope in the next decade they've really learned how to do the dinosaur thing well, and whatever's coming next for Tomb Raider, they figure it out properly. And you got to remember that thing from the Weta Workshop I showed you guys on a video. It's Lara with a dinosaur there. Written orders from Unuratu.
My fearless Korionka, the quest for the shield must wait. Etzli has been captured and is being held in the old barracks. I'm taking a team to retrieve him, but I need you to open the way. You know your way around that hive better than anyone I know. Lara Croft, the outsider I told you about, has agreed to help as well. I like her, Korionka. We can trust her. Be safe.
Well, that's really interesting, isn't it? Knowing that Unuratu died at the start of this episode. Which is starting to feel like ages ago now. It was only 2 hours. I think we are going to have to bring this to a close, though. I said extra length. I would love to have finished... Oh, yeah, I really would have loved to have finished this DLC. But I think if we find a campfire or something... we're going to have to take a break. That's really good, though, that we get a bit of info from Unuratu there. From beyond the grave. That's written quite interestingly, too, that a player could find that no matter where they are in the main story, and it'll make sense. 3% more. The Legend of the Shield.
There's an eclipse. And here, fire, water. These are the cataclysms. It's a cleansing. Emperor Shinchi-Chika stands at the highest point in the city. Hundreds of people are gathered below him, huddled beneath the shielded. He's remaking the world, bringing about the next age.
Okay, that's very weird, isn't it, what they did there? Hundreds of people are gathered below him, and in text it says huddled beneath the shield. which doesn't really make any sense because the shield would be very small, wouldn't it? But Camilla read it as huddled beneath the shield did. So was the script different at one point? There's something metaphorical going on here that changes what we think the shield is into something else. I now no longer believe we're going to find a shield at the end of this. I think we're going to find something, I don't know, something else. A tarp. This is a good animation here. This is alright, look, there's combat, I guess. I guess I should voice these, shouldn't I? Don't worry, brother, before the intruder faced our freshest warriors. Alright, guys, I'm going to stop it there. We're going to end this episode. I don't want it to get too crazy long. So thank you very much for watching. I assume we kill some guys, and maybe the end of the DLC is at the end of this cave? But yeah, so join me next time. Look, we're back at the Mountain Temple here. That's so interesting, isn't it? Join me next time for what is probably the end of the DLC real soon. I mean, look, there's a campfire right there. So I'll see you soon, and we'll continue along. We're going to be, I mean, this is a great area, okay? Honestly, this last place, the mission of San Juan, when I say last place, there's this, and then there's another place afterwards. Lots of fun stuff, and I'll see you guys there. Once we're done with this DLC as well, another one will unlock really soon. Remember, there's 7. So, yeah, lots of new stuff, expansion for the game. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully it's lots of fun for you all. I really appreciate the live chat. I appreciate anyone watching these. If you've got any comments for me, please feel free to drop them. And I'll see you on the next one very, very soon. Obviously, we're now in the walk to New Year's. I'll be a bit busy tomorrow. I think I mentioned this in the Final Fantasy episode. But I have a lot of cool plans and things, which hopefully we'll see. So thank you, everybody. Take care now, and I'll see you soon. Ta-ta, everyone. Also, hopefully the saves or auto-saves are a good point, or we may have to replay a bit, but that's fine. I'll figure that out before the next part. Thank you, guys. Honestly, take care now.